March 5th, 2019. My name is Bill McCanley. I'm the Secretary of the New Mexico Workforce Solutions Department with your legislative update for the day as the legislative session is progressing. I wanted to talk a little bit about a bill that passed through one of the Senate committees yesterday. It's called the Energy Transition Act, and for those of you that like looking up bills online, it is Senate Bill 489 in this year's session, sponsored by my friends Jacob Candelaria in the Senate and Nathan Small in the House. And this bill basically does two things. First, it sets rules for the Public Service Company of New Mexico, P&M, the big power company up here, getting rid of their coal-fired power plant in the Farmington area. And the second thing that it does is raises the renewable portfolio standards for the state. These standards are the things that require power companies, when you turn on the lights, to have a certain amount of their power come from solar, wind, geothermal, non-carbon emitting sources. And if this bill passes, it will make New Mexico one of the leaders in the nation in fighting climate change in our power grids. Because I think by 2045, all power will be required to be carbon neutral, not emitting any carbon. Now, you may say, why does the Workforce Solutions Department have a role in this? Well, there's two big issues. First, part of the rules require that any new power infrastructure in the state, so solar, wind farms, big transmission lines, when they're constructed, they have to have 25% of their workforce come under registered apprenticeship programs by the mid-2020s. And this is really important to Governor Lujan Grisham because she really believes, and I think she's right, that apprenticeship programs in this trades are one of the ways that we can get New Mexico workers into much better jobs in areas that are needed. That's a big deal. Secondly, it actually gives $20 million to the Workforce Solutions Department. We'll get about $13 million of that. $5 million to the Economic Development Department and about $2 million to the Department of Indian Affairs to help San Juan County, the city of Farmington, that whole area transition away from their reliance on this big power plant and the coal mine that goes along with it. Now, this is going to be hard. You're talking 1,500, 1,600 jobs, a few hundred direct jobs, but many indirect jobs that are affected by this. And as it goes away, those jobs won't be there anymore. And it's really important for the community to come together and figure out what they want to do and for us to support them. And when you look at plants that have closed around the state, when you look at military bases that have closed, the type of community that succeeds generally does three things, right? Number one, the whole community comes together. Schools, businesses, cities and counties, organizations, and says, this is what we want to be as a community moving forward. This is the new area we want to go into. Secondly, state and federal governments come in to help with as many of the programs they have for building out infrastructure, hiring new workers, doing new workforce training to support them in that new area they want to go to. And the third thing is you got to move faster rather than slower. And the longer you wait to recharge what you want to be as a community, the harder it gets. And this is going to be difficult, but we in New Mexico, we're all one big family. And when we go through a tough situation, like is going to happen in Farmington, and let's be clear, that coal plant was going to close whether we did anything at the state level or not. But this bill gives us some resources to go and help them out. And in New Mexico, we help our neighbors and our family members out, and that's what we're going to try to do. I'm going to be up there quite a bit, talking with members of the community. I actually just met with the president of the school board today, as well as one of their economic development people. Two more of our people are up there today talking about moving our office into the community college campus to help bring all of the services together. We're going to do what we can. But I will also say this, climate change is real, and the effects are obvious in the last few days. There was a huge tornado or a series of tornadoes that were much stronger than normal that happened in Alabama. The Organ Mountains in Las Cruces, in my hometown, are actually on fire right now. And yes, you can say, hey, these things have happened in the past, but the amount of these weather changes and the severity of them, and you've seen it with hurricanes, fires, droughts, have gotten way bigger. And that not only is bad for people's lives and directly affects people's health, it costs communities a lot of money. And if we're not dealing with climate change in a real way here, it's going to cost us more down the road, both in terms of dollars and lives. And so I'm proud to stand with the governor on supporting this effort. Senator Candelaria, Representative Small, and all the other folks at the legislature. It looks like it's kind of on the road to passing, and we'll be moving forward with it as much as we can. As always, I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this, and would love to answer any comments or questions you have. Thanks, and hoping everyone's having a great middle part of their week. Thanks.